Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 14 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about what Equifax says about what is negatively affecting people and their approvals. Everybody's trying to get approved for credit cards. So if you guys hear any of this and it applies to you, let's go ahead and work on it, okay? Because these are the things that they're saying that's negatively affecting people. Go ahead and drop a comment down below if you guys want to include anything, or if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them down below in the comments. So the first thing is late or missed payments. We know that FICO, we talked about this a few episodes back, that they're going to base 35% of our credit score off of our payment history. So if we know that they're doing that, you guys, we need to make sure that we don't have later missed payments. We need to have everything set on auto pay. If you have a late payment or a missed payment, that means you have not been listening to me. Put everything on auto pay. And what I do too is I have a spreadsheet of all of my bills, and I have a spreadsheet of all of my credit cards. Even if it's on auto pay, you guys, I always go back. And I just set it for the minimum payment. So I have to pay my Discover credit card. As an example, I have to pay my Discover credit card. I have it set for the minimum payment, but I have to go back and I have to pay the remaining amount. So I still want to go back and see, what day is due, because I want to go back a day or two before and pay it, you guys. I can't have a late payment, okay? And don't forget, if you have a late payment on your credit reports, that means that you're really late, because they're not going to report you late until you 30 days late. Nobody gonna know about it until you 30 days late. That means that you're not checking your account, which is bad. That means you're not on top of things. Also, if you have accounts in collections, if you have collection accounts, that's stopping you from getting approved. You need to get those late payments and also get those collection accounts removed from your credit reports. Some of these accounts will do like a pay for deletion, where you can pay them, settle it out, pay them probably 40% of what you actually owe, 30%, sometimes 50%, and they'll delete it from your credit reports. That's going to help you guys out a lot. I remember I was being very, very stubborn with a certain account. I didn't want to pay it, but when I finally just paid it, and it had everything correct, you guys, I couldn't do anything. When I paid it, my credit score went up 64 points. And I'm like, oh my gosh. This is years ago, but still, it's a great example, because you may be going through it. You may be, I don't want to pay it out. Pay that account, get it out the way, okay? Or you may have recent or unknown delinquencies. You may be delinquent on these accounts, okay? Those are different things that you guys have to think about. So make sure you guys get that fixed. Too many delinquent accounts. You may have more than one account that's negative or delinquent, and these can be charge-offs too, you guys. Those charge-offs that says paid, it's still bad. It's still on there and it's bad, you guys. So too many of those delinquent accounts. Balances are too high. You're maxing out your credit cards. If you max out your credit cards, who want to borrow your money? Y'all remember the thing when they talk about family, you owe so many family members, you go talk to that last family member. They're not going to borrow your money because they already heard you owe everybody else money. They're not going to want to give you credit because they think you're going to max them out. And if you max their credit card out, then it's a very, very low chance that you're going to pay it back. So that's why if you have high balances on your credit cards, they're not going to want to help you out, okay? They're not going to approve you. Also, if you have high balances on your accounts, on your auto loans, you just got an auto loan and you have a high balance, that can also hurt you too. And also, if you guys have too many new accounts without much history, that's going to also hurt you guys. So you guys want to make sure that you start building history on these accounts. Chase have their rule that they don't want you to have too many new accounts, and a lot of other companies have the same thing. If you have too many new accounts, they're not going to want to use your credit card. They want these accounts to get old first, okay? And too many accounts with balances. If you have a lot of accounts with balances, especially when it comes down to a mortgage, because they're going to look at your debt to income ratio. If you guys have a lot of accounts with balances, they have to add up all of your monthly payments, and that amount can be great. You may think, oh, well, my monthly payment only $50 here, $60 there, $100 there. All of that stuff add up to a high amount. So they're not going to want to give you a credit card when they see these different things. But that's what episode 14 was about, what Equifax said, and this is what they said. Now, in the next one, we're going to talk about the medical debts and them being removed from your credit reports. So we're going to talk about that in episode 15. So I'll see you guys in episode 15. If you have any questions, drop them down below.